New York Times is taking Donald Trump to task after it says he made fun of a reporter's disability. But the Republican presidential candidate denied Thursday that he was mimicking the reporter. CNN's Athena Jones reports.
Donald Trump under fire again, this time for seeming to mock a reporter's disability.
The poor guy, you got to see this guy. Oh, I don't know what I said. I don't remember. He's going like, I don't remember. Oh, maybe that's what I said.
New York Times reporter Serge Kovaleski has a condition that causes contortions in his limbs. Trump this week has been citing a story Kovaleski wrote for the Washington Post in 2001 that referred to people allegedly seen celebrating the 9/11 attacks.
What happened? What happened?
But Kovaleski said this week that he did not recall finding anyone who said there were thousands or even hundreds of people celebrating the fall of the Twin Towers, as Trump has claimed. Trump denies mocking Kovaleski, saying in a statement in part, "If Mr. Kovaleski is handicapped, I would not know because I do not know what he looks like. If I did know, I would definitely not say anything about his appearance." Kovaleski previously worked at the New York Daily News, where he covered Trump. It's the latest eyebrow-raising moment for the GOP frontrunner, who said recently he wishes the election were next week.
I wish we could move this election up. You know, in a lot of countries, you're allowed to pick your date for the election. I want to pick my date for the election. I want it like next Tuesday. I want it on Tuesday.
Right now, polls show Trump leading nationally and in the early states of Iowa and New Hampshire. But there's still more than 2 months before Republican voters start making their picks.
We're not even at halftime yet. We have a long way to go. In all the primaries past, there's always been a moment where candidates that ultimately are the winner begin to surge.
But just how much could the race change between now and February 1st? Around this time in 2011,
we need you to get out there and vote.
Mitt Romney and Newt Gingrich were battling it out for the lead nationally.
Currently either the front runner or tied for front runner.
Romney, the eventual nominee, was out front in New Hampshire. But in Iowa, Gingrich had a double-digit lead over him.
I really do believe we will win Iowa.
And the eventual winner of the caucuses there, Rick Santorum, was languishing at just 5%. In 2007, Huckabee and Romney were tussling for the top spot in Iowa, while Romney led in New Hampshire. And Rudy Giuliani was on top nationally. Not in the lead, the eventual nominee, John McCain.
We sure showed them what a comeback looks like.
In a subsequent statement, Trump demanded an apology from the New York Times and was critical of Kovaleski. He accused the reporter of, quote, using his disability to grandstand. Charges are pending after a man jumped over a White House fence. It happened this afternoon as the president and the first family were inside the White House. Mary Maloney has the details.
From the Obama family to yours. Have a great Thanksgiving.
As the president and his family celebrated Thanksgiving, the U.S. Secret Service says Joseph Caputo breached a barricade. The man had on a blue shirt, white pants, and an American flag draped around his body. He also carried what looked like an envelope or folder, holding it in his mouth as he went over the iron fence on the north lawn. The fence, recently outfitted with 7-inch steel spikes. Secret Service officers had their guns drawn and were with canine units. They took Caputo into custody. He's at least the third person this year to scale a fence and make it onto White House property. Most are quickly caught. Last year, a 42-year-old Iraq war veteran made it into the White House through the main door and overpowered one officer. The Secret Service examined its security protocols after that incident. I'm Mary Maloney reporting.
This year's official White House Christmas tree comes from Lansdale, Pennsylvania. First Lady Michelle Obama was on hand this morning for its arrival. It's an 18.5-foot tall Fraser fir grown by Jay and Glenn Bustard. They presented the tree to Mrs. Obama. This year's tree will be put up and on display in the Blue Room. A little history: First Lady Lou Henry Hoover started the custom of decorating an official tree in the White House in 1929. Since then, the honor of trimming the Christmas tree has belonged to First Ladies. With Thanksgiving Thanksgiving Day stores openings, online deals, and even one major retailer shutting its doors today. It has been said that perhaps the Black Friday phenomenon has passed, but the crowds and the frenzy still showed up at some stores throughout the country. And this weekend will tell us a lot about the rest of the holiday season and how shoppers are feeling in general. Karen Kafa has the story.
Eager for early deals from this Walmart near Atlanta, to this snowy parking lot in Denver, to Macy's flagship store in Manhattan. The difference, this was Thanksgiving night.
The way it's been the last couple of years, Thanksgiving's the best night to do it.
The shift from Black Friday continues. According to the National Retail Federation, more consumers plan to shop on Thanksgiving Day this year than last. And sales tracker Adobe estimated more than $1.7 billion was spent online on Thanksgiving Day. In Arlington, Virginia, at the Fashion Center at Pentagon City Friday afternoon, traffic had picked up from the morning.
The big indicators that we look for is not only foot traffic, but foot traffic with shopping bags. And we're seeing a lot of that, so that's a good indicator already early in the season.
Some shoppers less focused on a specific item.
It's not too bad today, actually, but this is good deals and you can start your Christmas shopping, be festive.
There are good deals here, I think, better than on regular days.
Bargains very much in consumers' minds. Despite lower gas prices and lower unemployment recently, retail sales have lagged. The Black Friday frenzy was still alive and well in some places, like the Toys R Us store in New York's Times Square. But there may have been a bit of nostalgia at play. The location will close when its lease runs out in January, another sign of a changing retail landscape at the holidays and beyond. In Washington, I'm Karen Kafa.
The Los Angeles Times apparently lost dozens of reporters and editors this week after the company offered them buyouts. Tribune Publishing owns several big newspapers, including the LA Times. It announced the need for buyouts in October. The company was looking for at least 50 buyouts at the paper. But a source tells CNN that at least 80 people have accepted the offers and will leave this week. Nearly every department and bureaus from Seattle to London have lost staff. This glittery rock is in fact a diamond, and it's the biggest diamond unearthed in a century. It was discovered in the southern African nation of Botswana. The rock is so huge, the Canadian mining company that found it is unable to put a value on it. That's because the rock is too big for computer analysis. Some analysts suspect the 1,100 plus carat gem is worth about $66 million. Jewelers will have to rely on their knowledge and eye to come up with a value for the stone. I want that. Gold dropped to its lowest price in almost 6 years today. The yellow metal traded as low as $1,051.60 an ounce. It's a reminder of just how out of favor gold has become since its all-time high of almost $1,890 in 2011. At that time, Europe was in the middle of a debt crisis and the U.S. credit rating was downgraded. Financial advisors blame the sell-off on several factors, including China's economic and stock market slump, the surging U.S. dollar, and a potential Federal Reserve rate hike in December. After the break, Adele said she wants to do a remix of Drake's Hotline Bling. Hear what Drake had to say in response. You're watching Fox 51 News at 9.